very much. Awesome. All right. So again, I'm Wangui. Glad to be with you guys today. And with me is Ashley Asdourian. She's going to also be joining me today as well. All right. So to get us going, I thought I would start off with just basically what we all are experiencing right now, that we are in a generational shift with AI. And if you think about the last 30 years, the technologies that we've all used have really changed our lives. If you think about how computers that were connected together in a lab somewhere became the World Wide Web, or the advent of the smartphone that literally put the world's knowledge at your fingertips. AI is transforming everything. And we see it happening across every individual, every team, and across every industry. And really, in order to take advantage of AI, you really need to make sure your data environment is in a good state. But the challenge is many organizations have this as their starting line. It's super complex, data everywhere, disparate systems, inefficient infrastructure, data risk, all types of issues. And so in order to take advantage of AI, we really need to figure out how to fix this. And then when we think about the complexity of the AI and data landscape in general, it looks like this. Every single icon on here represents a choice that you have to make in how to think about data and AI solutions to bring into your organizations. And often it's left on customers to figure out how to integrate all of these things together, how to make sense of all this stuff together. And so at Microsoft, we really believe that you need to have a finish line that looks something like this, which is a unified, intelligent data estate that is all integrated, seamlessly works together. The foundation is open and governed, and it's simple to use. We also have what we call the Microsoft Intelligent Data Platform, and really this is when we think about all of the data capabilities we have at Microsoft, we have everything you need in order to realize your AI ambitions. Everything from databases, analytics, AI, security, and governance. And the beauty of this as well is that you can get it in whatever form factor you need, whether it's on-premises, IaaS, PaaS, or even SaaS with Microsoft Fabric. And the beauty of the MIDP system is that it's also open, where we collaborate quite well with many of our third-party providers. And so today I'm going to spend a little bit talking to you about Microsoft Fabric. And we announced this about a year ago, and lots of innovation in the past year. And so let me just roll a quick demo to show you a little bit about Microsoft Fabric.
Fabric is redesigning how we work with data by bringing all your data and analytics tools into a single experience. With Fabric's Data Lake, OneLake, your teams can connect to data from anywhere and all work from the same copy across engines. Your data professionals have all the tools they need, all in one SaaS experience to reduce the cost and effort of integration. Features like Direct Lake Mode in Power BI, which provides a blazing fast, real-time connection to your data, can save you time and cost while providing up-to-date insights. This intelligence can then securely flow to the Microsoft 365 applications people use every day to improve decision-making and drive impact. All backed by Fabric's tight integration with Microsoft Purview to govern and protect your data, no matter where it's used. AI-powered features like Copilot help everyone be more productive, whether it's creating data flows and pipelines, writing SQL statements, or building reports. And as we enter a future built on AI, you can unify, prepare, and model your data to support truly game-changing AI projects. All your data, all your teams, all in one place. This is Microsoft Fabric.
Awesome. And so what we've done with Fabric is really moved away from multiple data sources to a single unified stack. We've also think about how data sources that have been all disconnected, and now we've centralized all of that with OneLake. We think about things like Gen AI that used to have to be bolted on, now just really being built in. And so think about Fabric this way, and I love this analogy that we often use is, if you think about Office, Office is really designed to have tools that meet whatever job that needs to be done. So if you need to create a Word document, you use Word. You need to create great slides, you use PowerPoint. But all of the foundational elements of Office are the same. How you copy and paste is the same. How you retrieve files is the same. How you share documents is the same. How you collaborate is the same. Well, think about Fabric as that same model, but for data professionals, where you have all of the data solutions together in a single unified platform. The compute is all the same. How you manage the data across the different systems is the same. How you access the data from OneLake is all the same. And so we really are super excited about what we've seen with Fabric. And today you heard Satya announce that we are bringing Fabric databases into Fabric. So think of this as a new class of cloud databases that's going to be natively integrated right inside of Fabric. And we're really excited about this because it really moves Fabric away from being solely an analytics platform to a truly integrated data platform. So let me take a quick look at Fabric databases.
Databases enable you to bring your AI applications to life faster and easier, with simple and autonomous management in one place.
I'd say the biggest thing is that we can have our app dev databases up without really having to worry about too much of any of the infrastructure under the hood. It just now works, which is definitely a boost to the delivery teams focusing on business value.
Fabric databases manage themselves with auto-scaling, hands-free backups, and high availability.
It's literally a couple of clicks to an end user. You don't even need to know about auto-scaling. You don't need to know about backup and everything else.
The automation scaling of serverless of SQL database was very useful for us because it reduces manual effort and we are able to handle varying workloads during the peak times. So the performance is much more better for the end users.
Built-in tools for AI, everything from code generation to vector search and advanced analytics.
The great thing about FabricDB is that it has a AI capability integrated to it that would cater a great business need.
It's very intuitive, especially when we were using the Copilot with it.
Build intelligent applications faster and easier with Microsoft Fabric databases.
So we're really excited about this. The first engine to come to public preview right now is SQL Server, built on the same Azure SQL engine that you're all familiar with. So really excited about this. Can't wait to hear your feedback on it. Another thing we made available today was the Microsoft Fabric Workload Development Kit. You may have heard us talk about this at the last Build conference, and now we're in general availability. And what this does is really extends the ability for ISVs to build workloads natively right inside of Fabric. It's a seamless experience that allows you to be able to really make sure that your data and your workloads are available in Fabric. And so now this is all generally available, and we have many, many partners that are in public preview with us right now. You can see those listed here at the top, and then many more that are going to be announcing their public previews very soon. So very excited about this one. Next, you heard us talk a lot about mirroring capability. This is the ability to automatically reflect data back into OneLake. And so we heard us talk a lot about this in the past year or so. And so today, generally available, Snowflake mirroring, as well as Azure SQL DB. And in public preview, we have Cosmos DB, Azure SQL MI, and of course, the mirrored Azure Databricks catalog. A new concept that we launched this week as well is open mirroring. Now, what we have done here is really opened up this mirroring capability that we have to allow any data provider to be able to have a mirror capability right into OneLake. And so we make a landing zone available to you right inside of Fabric and make this easy ability for you to do your own mirroring capabilities in Fabric. So this is going public preview as well. We think a lot of partners, a lot of data providers are going to be really excited about this capability, and we're excited to bring this forward. And we also have several partners that are with us on this journey, like Strim and Oracle, Golden Gate, Mongo, and soon DataStax. So this is just a drop in the bucket of all of the new innovations that are coming into Fabric. Every single week, there's new releases in Fabric, and every month, our team puts together a monthly blog that goes out that really showcases all of the innovations that's coming to you. And we are seeing tremendous momentum with Fabric. Since launch, we have over 16,000 customers. That's over 70% of the Fortune 500 using Fabric, which is really exciting. And we have really great examples of customers that are using it. Chanel is one example that comes to mind that are really using Fabric to really do a next generation analytics platform for their business. EY as well is using it as well as their analytics platform. So I'm really excited to see the momentum. And we're just getting started. You know, when we think about Fabric, 16,000 customers is great, but with Power BI, we are at 375,000 customers. And so we have huge ambitions to continue to grow adoption. And you can see this this is the sort of the adoption curve of Power BI since we launched it. And you can see right when we launched Fabric, usage continues to go up. And the reason this is important is because if you are a Power BI premium customer, you have Fabric. You are licensed for Fabric. And it is literally one click away. We offer a very generous free trial, 60-day free trial, that actually equals about $17,000 in value that you get by just trying Fabric. And so we really encourage all of our customers and partners, if you haven't had a chance to take advantage of Fabric, try it out. It's free, and we give you a really robust and generous offer to try it out on. Also, we would not be where we are without our partners. We have absolutely had a phenomenal experience working with so many of our partners who have been with us on the journey even before we launched the product. And so we just want to say a huge thank you to so many of you who have been working with us, whether that's getting your consultant certified on Fabric, whether that's building workloads on top of Fabric. We could not do this without you. So thank you so much to all of you who have been with us on this journey, and we look forward to even more work ahead. And so with that, I'm going to bring Ashley up to talk about some of the partner opportunity that we have with all of that we're doing in the data and AI space. Ashley.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm the literal last thing between you and the partner mixer and a drink in your hand. So I'm going to try and make this efficient and worth your guys' time. But thank you guys so much for sticking through it. I know it's been a long day. You guys were tuned in at 8 a.m. bright and early with Satya. So the partner opportunity. You're going to see this slide a lot throughout this week. And you saw it today if you were in the general session with Nicole and Nick as well. And that's because we're really proud of this slide. We're really proud of the study that just came out from IDC, because we really measure ourselves based on the value that we're delivering to our partners. And that's what this slide says. It says for every dollar that Microsoft is making, we're putting back with you guys $8.45 if you're an SI or a services partner, and $10.93 if you're a software development company or a company building IP. And you also probably heard Judson this morning talking a little bit about ROI and the ROI of AI, and that it isn't something that you have to wait for. It's here and it's now, right now. This study also confirmed that for us. Our partners also confirmed that those partners actually deriving 25% of their Microsoft revenue from Microsoft AI services are also seeing that growth. They're realizing it today. They're not waiting for it. And 81% were already saying that they're bullish on the opportunity regardless. They see it and they see the future. And there's really two ways that our partner ecosystem are capitalizing on the opportunity, right? The economic opportunity that's out there. If you're a services partner, you are creating professional services out there. You are also creating professional services around the entire stack. You're doing things like migrating, you're modernizing, and of course here in an analytics session, you're also unifying the data. And then if you're a software development company or you're building IP that's repeatable out into the market, you're using that AI to either integrate into your app and differentiate, or you are using tools and services to actually create the new set of tools, models, platforms for AI and other developers out there. And so I wanted to first show you, given that we are in an analytics and Fabric session, I wanted to talk a little bit about 3 of our partners that are actually realizing this value using those models, those business models that I just talked about there. First is Prophecy. So they're a software development company that's created a master data management platform. And they've integrated Microsoft Fabric and Purview to really help enterprises manage that data efficiently. We also have Sonata. They're an industry services partner. And they've developed a data modernization platform for a global agricultural company. They've consolidated the data from multiple sources, as you might imagine, and they're doing that all with Microsoft, or with Fabric, Microsoft Fabric also. And lastly, we have Fractal. They're a partner that actually focuses on data engineering and AI, and they're enabling their customers to make more informed decisions also by centralizing that data with Microsoft Fabric. But I also know not every partner is at the same state of the journey. Not all of you in the room or listening online are at this level of depth and maturity. And honestly, at the pace of innovation, the life cycle for a partner to continue to get skilled up, to continue to learn, to continue to keep the pace of innovation and go to market with us is actually quite cyclical right now. You really don't just like arrive there and never have to go back. And so today I want to also talk about, regardless of where you are in your maturity journey with us in our partnership, we have really 4 pillars of success that you should get familiar with. And that starts with skilling and enablement. Skilling and enablement is helping you through the entire journey, whether that's pre-sales and post-sales, as well as technical and sales content. We also have our specializations that we'll take a look at in a moment, and designations, and these are really helping you to differentiate and stand out. And then as you go to market, we're equipping you with the right investments and materials to help you create new opportunities, create demand, and go to market in partnership with us. And then last but not least, we have our offerings and incentives. All that demand you create, we're also investing to help you nurture those opportunities and to help convert them into wins. So I'm going to take a little bit of a closer look at each one of these pillars to hopefully give you a little bit more depth and insight and something more actionable for you guys to walk out of the session with today. All right, skilling and enablement. So there's 4 pillars of the skilling and enablement. They actually come in quite a few different modalities and experiences. You will see, by the way, take lots of pictures. We also will be posting this out on the site. So the CTA at the bottom, so you could go and explore, find things that are in your area and the right modality for you, whether it's in person, whether it is something you want to do digital. There's so many experiences. But really, there's 4 key pillars of focus in the enablement strategy. First is on certifications. This is helping you get the right certifications to meet your customer demand and really like build that technical proficiency. Then there's our project ready workshops. Those are helping build deployment and implementation capabilities. We have sales skilling as well. That's helping your sellers to really build the mind share and the pipeline. And lastly, we have the technical pre-sales skilling. And that's helping your technical sellers really deliver the most effective engagements with your customers. Again, in person and virtual, we have one-to-one, one-to-many, one-to-few. There's a lot of different ways to actually experience this enablement, especially in the journey that we've been on to get you guys the most immersion and the most access and the most hands-on experiences. And I'll just quickly put an exclamation mark on one thing with the certifications, specifically for this audience too. I want to put some emphasis on the new certifications that are out there for Fabric specifically. The Fabric Analytics DP600 and DP700 are the fastest growing certifications in Microsoft history, and they are setting you up actually to achieve your analytics specialization and designations as well. So that's a good segue into the 2 different types of specializations that are going to help you differentiate. Let me just for a second talk about why we have certified designations, software designations, and Azure specializations. They aren't just to unlock prioritization in the marketplace or prioritization for co-sell. They actually start with being a promise to our customers, our mutual customers. These are ways for us to showcase whether you're building applications, it's about your software's quality, capability, reliability. If you're building professional services, it's about your technical expertise, doubling down on customer outcomes and successful customer outcomes. It's about us signaling to customers a promise about the depth and quality of the partner ecosystem. So this is a badge you should wear with honor and should also differentiate you in your go-to-market. But it's also a signal for our investments as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about that when we get to the offerings and incentives as well. So both of these things are really the highest standard I want to encourage you guys to really use all that skilling and enablement to achieve. Now, open to all partners, regardless of your size and specialization and designation, we have investments in your go-to-market and the top-of-funnel activities that you're going to be using in your marketing. And I really, I feel like sometimes this is like a hidden gem. And we're really trying, you're going to see this slide, you weren't seeing that slide. Now you're going to see this slide in a lot of sessions. And the reason why you're going to see this in a lot of sessions is because we're seeing the utilization of it in our partner feedback right now growing tremendously. And I think a lot of it had to do, honestly, was also that this year we launched this localized in 11 different languages. So we're seeing a lot more global utilization. These are campaigns that are entirely customizable for you to use and go to market alongside our marketing and our sellers as well. These campaigns are built off of the same messaging and positioning frameworks that we use in our own marketing through our global demand centers and with our sellers as well. In addition, specifically for Fabric, we have created some sales collateral. So many of our solution plays are actually now following suit, but the Fabric and the analytics solution play have actually been really paving the way here. We've invested here in sales collateral that's actually localized in 8 languages to help support your sellers and actually build their sales propensity as well. And last but not least, we got a tremendous amount of requests for creating customizable dream demos. We know that showing is sometimes more impactful than telling. And our partners are saying, hey, help me get to market faster, help me have more compelling experiences in these customer engagements. That's what these are. And so you guys can customize these, put your logos on them, your colors on them. Actually, you can even customize the data to get you demos and get them integrated into the customer engagement. These are all Fabric-specific demos as well. Okay, and then that leaves us with offerings and incentives. The offerings and incentives, like I mentioned, are really to help you nurture that pipeline. For our services partners specifically, we have Azure Innovate and Azure Migrate and Modernize. And hopefully these aren't entirely new to you. They've actually been out in the wild for a bit now. I think Azure Migrate and Modernize, probably a couple years, and Azure Innovate was our newest in the last year, but both of them are really having tremendous amount of growth from our partners. We've actually seen tens of thousands of deployments across these 2 offerings. They are really your one-stop shop for getting the investments you need to nurture across your customer engagement. So that's from the pre-sales, whether it's around needing assessments of their ecosystem, or whether that is needing to do proof of value to help innovate and showcase what's really possible and start to put things into motion for deployment. And then, of course, to also offset costs for deployment as well and help you to create the most compelling offers for your customers. But lastly, and the most recently, is Azure Essentials. So Azure Essentials was launched just in July, and you're going to hear a lot about this throughout the next couple days as well, because this is the underpinning of these 2 hero offerings, Azure Innovate and Azure Migrate and Modernize. And this is really to provide our customers cloud solutions that are reliable, secure, and performant. And this is a set of tools, assets, and training for you guys to take to the customer engagement and to make sure that you are there to help elevate that security, reliability, and those ongoing performances for all their customer workloads, whether they are new or existing. And for software development companies or ISVs in the audience, the hero offering I really want to spotlight is ISV Success. Very similar to AMM and Azure Innovate, this is for our software development companies across their journey. So this is here to help you guys, whether you're in the design phase, the build phase, or deployment and go to market. And there is investments across each stage of that journey for you at the right time to help you with each outcome that you're striving for in your journey. Specifically, there is also a dedicated ISV Success session later this week that I want to encourage you to go to, but there are a few new benefits, new and expanded, that are coming to ISV Success that I'm going to call out 3 of them specifically that I'm personally really excited about for our software development companies. One of them is the one-on-one AI consults. We know that the technical propensity in the software development company ecosystem is high, but that doesn't mean there isn't anything you need help with, especially if you've also adopted other clouds and now you're looking at adopting some of the latest and greatest services and technologies, especially in AI, from Azure. And that is what these technical consoles are there for. They're to help you accelerate, they're to help give you those one-on-one engagements in a more customized way that actually focuses on your IP. So those are very exciting. Also, the credits towards GitHub Copilot to help you ship faster and develop faster. This can actually get the tools and credits to help offset the costs and get your developers more effectively and more quickly getting to market. And then lastly, we have the expanded eligibility for marketplace rewards. And so for those of you that are on our marketplace and transacting, these are investments that are going to help you accelerate and be more successful in going to market through our marketplace and through your marketing campaigns. All right, well, to wrap up here, I actually have 2 more slides. So we're almost done. Bear with me. This is probably just the last canonical wrap-up slide that really talks about each of those CTAs that we just walked through on each one of the slides, from the skilling to differentiation, go-to-market, and the offerings. And I want to leave you, especially as an aspiring or mature analytics community, 2 new resources. Well, I would say 1 resource and 1 invitation. So first is the Fabric Partner community. This community is also thriving, and I really feel like of all of the customer outcomes, I'm really excited. They're setting a standard, and I think more to come on some of our other customer outcomes and solution plays. But this Fabric Partner community is not only bringing you the best practices, the tips and the tricks, it's also giving you access to our engineers and to our marketing individuals to help you to be more successful more quickly. So this is dedicated for our partners, both our ISVs and our services partners. So, and by the way, P2P, and I think that's actually another incredibly valuable thing that we hear from our partners, is just learning from each other. So very much recommend signing up for this. And if you're a fan of the Fabric Partner community, I also want to invite you to our FabCon Vegas. So we just wrapped up a couple months ago our FabCon Europe in Stockholm. It was amazing. I got to go myself. And now we're coming back to Vegas. So this will be the 2nd year we're doing it in Vegas in late March. We will also have a partner pre-day. The registration hasn't opened yet, so bookmark this, it's coming soon. And we'll be doing dedicated pre-day to also give you guys more immersion into partner readiness and value as well before you go into the next few days that will follow with customers alongside Microsoft and Microsoft experts. Alrighty, I want to just say a big thank you, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. I want to give a big shout out to the partner mixer, which is next. I think we're all going to go over there. I see Dan Ripien hosting us all. I want to say thank you for the partnership. I want to thank you guys all for the investment that you make in us. We know you have other choices, so thank you for that, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week.